Welcome back, everyone, to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. Now, it's Sunday evening. I am incredibly tired, but sure, whatever. Let's do this thing. Now, game was sent in by Adamir, or at least I'm pretty sure because I vaguely remember from the past that this name exists. And the person who sent me the name is definitely an old timer. So you're Alish, probably. I'm not 100% sure. I downloaded the replay a while ago, so I don't remember the name off of the email. But I'm pretty sure it's Alish Nemets or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, hello. How are you doing? You're building sandbags on the cutoff. That's probably a pretty good idea. Anyway, he's playing as the British, and his friend is Doru, playing as the Soviet Union, who is facing off against Falka Cox. Okay. Falka Cox, OKW, derping around with the Sturm Pioneers, and also El Zako, also playing as the OKW. So double OKW versus Soviet and Britain. Looks like the OKW is already off to a great start by completely smashing this conscript infantry. Yeah. He did a pretty good move. Basically, a lot of the times when you're, especially the OKW with the Sturm Pioneers, but in general, anyone that can rush some close quarters infantry, for example, you can also have this with the Assault Grenadiers. On this map, you're going to be rushing to the houses with your, again, with anything that's putting out a lot of damage in the early game, close range, and you're going to try to essentially evict the enemies out of there. Now, this was not completely effective for Falka Cox because he sent in the Sturm Pioneers and they sent the riflemen, the conscripts, packing. But Doru was actually building a support weapons Campania, so he's gonna get that Maxim machine gun, which is obviously going to smash, what is remaining of this Sturm Pioneer. Now up north, Germans also utilizing the house over here. Interesting play with the reinforced steel barricades. He's gonna block the entrance from the left-hand side so that only infantry coming from the right-hand side can actually enter the building. Well, that is if he actually placed it correctly, which I'm not 100% sure, but, you know. This allows him to keep this house mostly under control, even if he doesn't have units in it, therefore units taking damage from the universal carrier and all of the infantry sections up here. So that is pretty good play from both of the OKWs manipulating the buildings. But in the south, because of the MG that has come out of the support weapons Campania, there's sort of a bit of a stalemate. Now, in the middle, we have that the Germans hold the VP, and they're also coming in and taking the cutoff. But of course, this is going to result in the universal carrier coming in and having a go at them. But nice anti-tank grenade. Oh, wow. 2 anti-tank grenades actually destroy the universal carrier. So that was a great play by El Zako with his Panzer Fusiliers, which of course means that he's gone for the grand offensive. And yeah, he's going to completely take over the right side. Now, Adamir is going to go for a second universal carrier, which I'm not too sure about, actually. To be completely honest, I wouldn't go with a second universal carrier. Although perhaps he wants to upgrade it with the flamethrower once the platoon command post is up. So yeah, that would be a good idea. Man, I remember when actually still, oh no, he's going for the Vickers K. Yeah, I still remember when this Wasp flamethrower used to leave flames on the ground. Now it doesn't anymore, but you know. It was removed like in the first patch after the British were added. It used to be great, just going around getting 2 flamer carriers and just making everything be on fire. Was pretty cute. Anyway, the Germans are still holding all of the VPs, and there's quite a bit of passive play coming in from both sides. Therefore, there isn't really quite a lot of play either. Yeah, not much aggressive action coming in from the Germans, except nice demo charge from Doru, taking out those Sturm Pioneers. But Foka despite the setback, does have a flak half-track on the way. So he's going to have a bit of an advantage on the left-hand side, at least for now. We do have a nice bit of damage on the infantry sections. Flak half-track comes into the middle, which is probably good considering that the Soviet Union has just acquired an anti-tank gun. So he wants to make use of the half-track as early as he can. To be honest, he doesn't know that the anti-tank gun is up, but considering that he knows that Doru has gone for the support weapons Campanella, because he saw the MGs, he should know that something like an anti-tank gun is going to be coming out relatively soon. Oh, this is why he went for the Vickers K, for the suppressing fire. I see. If I was him, I would not be going too close to this SDKFZ 17 or 25117 flak half track. Because if he does, he's going to be eating a lot of damage from the 37mm anti-aircraft gun, which the Vickers most likely cannot, cannot take. So it's looking very, very good, in my opinion, for the OKW. Of course, we have the battle group headquarters from El Zacco and Fuckacox. Also the battle group headquarters, as we know, because we saw the SDKFZ flak half-track. Now, Fuckacox has also gone for the Fallschirmjägers. He can get a Fallschirmjäger squad out, and to be honest, if I was him, I would be para-dropping one, actually not on the south, but on the north, because you have his buddy that is pushing towards the fuel. So if you could get some Fallschirmjägers onto that fuel point and decap it, he could prolong the period in which the allies are without their fuel point, because right now they're not getting any fuel income because the cutoff point is seized. So, as you can see, the Axis have a double the fuel income of the Allies, and they're thus, sort of rocketing off towards their late game a little bit faster. They can keep that going. That would be great for them. Now, the anti-tank gun is set up and is starting to annoy the SDKFZ flak half-track. Now, the flak half-track does have the concealing smoke, which is a very, very powerful tool to deal with anti-tank guns, and there goes a conscript squad. Completely wiped out by the STG-44 Volksgrenadiers. Yeah, things are not looking too good for Daru. Honestly, despite what, the map would tell us, I think that Adamir is in a much better position than his friend. So if I was him, I would be playing somewhat aggressively, especially since this Universal Carrier, it appears to be doing quite okay. Now, yeah, El Zacco has gone for a Raketenwerfer anti-tank gun, or anti-tank rocket launcher, but it's only now coming out, so we're kind of in the same situation that the flak half-track was in a couple of minutes ago, where he can basically kind of run amok and do whatever he wants. Now, okay, nice usage of the anti-tank gun to deal with the reinforced steel barricades that were preventing his infantry from getting green cover from these sandbags. And we do have a Fallschirmjäger drop, but this was a terrible Fallschirmjäger drop. He had no idea what was here, and it turns out that he basically met a lot of enemy forces, and he has lost almost his entire Fallschirmjägers, which is, of course, going to be very expensive to reinforce. So this is a big manpower waste for Fuckacox. Now, he is still ahead of the curve when it comes to the manpower kills and losses, most likely, because he is getting a nice offensive in and is able to push back the Soviets with heavy casualties taken, thanks to the clever usage of the flak half-track and the infantry in combined arms. Now, the Maxim is set up and trying to deal with the Volksgrenadiers in the house, but they're getting flanked by the Volksgrenadiers on the road. The Volksgrenadiers decided to not throw an incendiary grenade, though, so this is going to allow the Maxim to easily escape. And looks like the British are... Oh, this is terrible. He's on the negative cover. The Vickers K is going to be able to shred these infantry to bits, but apparently he got incredibly lucky because it didn't actually wipe anyone. That was really, really lucky. Commandos on the field from the Commando Glider Insertion. And yeah, as you can see, the Allies have 300 points remaining. There's a triple cap on the way for the Axis, and the Allies in general appear to be pushed almost all the way to their base, so they're not doing too well. But you know what could completely change the course of action is if all these veteran troops would get wiped out. But god damn it, they're so lucky. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, they were trying to deal with the Vickers universal carrier, which, to be honest, like, has just paid for itself tenfold in this engagement. You can see the line of corpses of Hans Friedrich, Gottfried, and, like, I don't know, whatever other German names, I don't know, Konrad and Felix and Friedrich, all dead thanks to the Universal Carrier. So Universal Carrier doing great. And to be honest, I feel like the Universal Carrier has played inadvertently, it has played a, bait role. Like, you saw those two Panzer Fusiliers coming in to take it out with anti-tank grenades. If that Universal Carrier had not been there, those Panzer Fusiliers would not have been that stupid, to be completely honest. So, yeah. The Universal Carrier behaving itself well. Now, Doru has gone for a T-70, so obviously, Tier 3 is on the way, or, you know. Yeah, oh, Fallschirmjäger's down. That's, 340 manpower down the drain for Falco Cox. Falco Cox is floating 700 manpower and 180 fuel. It looks like he's kind of forgotten about teching. And oh, this is potentially very bad. He needs to run away. Okay, he runs away. T-70 getting some good damage off on the infantry. Therefore, you can see he's only got 1 kill, but actually veteran 1. That means that he's done a lot of damage, even if he's gotten quite unlucky with the model kills. And a nice flank coming in from Adamir, going in and actually gonna wipe out one of those Volksgrenadiers. Now he needs to get the fuck out of there because the Panzer Fusiliers are angry with the Gewehr 43, sorry. Yeah, he's gonna need to get the hell out of there. So Gewehr 43 is doing their job. And, yeah, nice, really, really nice flank. I was not expecting that, but you saw the commandos coming in and capping the point earlier, clearly clearing the way for the flank. Well played there. Now, the glider is still up around here. I'm pretty sure it can reinforce. Yeah, okay. It's not a glider at headquarters, so you cannot retreat to it, but you can definitely reinforce. So this is going to be useful for the British. Oh, those commandos are in... Yeah, those commanders are going to get executed pretty hard. Yup. They need to get the hell out of there. In fact, they might get... No. Okay. High phosphorus mortar rounds? Oh, no, that's the mortar cover. Okay. Right. That's from just the commando regiment. Doing a little bit of trolling, I suppose. Yeah, the glider plus the mortars plus the Universal Carrier playing defensively is allowing the British to just continually keep... Oh, is he gonna get a wipe? Damn, very nice. Yeah, as I said, the main way in which the Germans are gonna lose this game is if they're gonna lose their veteran units. As is often the case with Company of Heroes games, just don't lose your vet and you're gonna be much better off. Because now he's going to have to deal with some very, very heavily vetted infantry sections that are soon, hopefully, going to receive Brenns and... Oh, the Universal Carrier gets lucky, to be honest. They're soon going to receive Brenns and start to be, basically, outputting a lot of damage. Now, the Universal Carrier, very low HP, but also vet-free. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, how good the vet-free Universal Carrier is, but I'm sure it's going to help. It might get some line of sight bonuses, right? No? Damn. It's quite different from other... It's Veteran 1 that you get more sight radius. Quite a bit different from a lot of other light vehicles where they have vet-free be... increased awareness of their surroundings, therefore sight range. Yeah, okay, so actually the point at which you want to just keep this alive is Ved 1, because that's where you get more sight radius, which is what light vehicles are useful for later on in the game. Now, these commandos so far haven't had that much success, but this could be good. Oh yeah, here he comes with the ambush. He's gonna completely wipe out this this non-veteran Panzer Fusilier, and now he might get a Gamma Bomb off. No? Okay, just taking them out with the silenced Stens. But of course, the Fallschirmjägers are gonna force him to get the hell out of there. Fallschirmjäger is upgrading the Fallschirmjäger Gewehr 42s. This is pretty good. Of course, also able to utilize camouflage in cover. Now, the Allies are still having a bit of an issue because of the VP situation. As you saw earlier, the Axis were triple capping them down. Therefore, they lost a lot of VPs. But they've been winning engagements fairly handily for a while. So if they can continue this and not lose too much in terms of VP, they can come back and bounce back and I just said the same thing twice. They can bounce back and, you know, make up for lost ground quite easily. Nice flank from these Volksgrenadiers, getting a nice incendiary grenade, but there's the T-70, which can... Oh no, they cannot push up because of the Raketenwerfers. It appears like an infantry unit was destroyed on the Soviet side, but the British are pushing up with the UC, and they can use their Royal Engineers to cap. Nice mine up north from Elzako I saw earlier. Now, Elzako has gone for the Svea Panzer headquarters. He's got 330 fuel and 670 manpower. Therefore, I'm thinking that he's going for the Tiger, because otherwise, if he was going for anything else, he would have already bought it. However, he is at 9 command points. The Tiger's at 12 command points. Oh. Well, there goes the Universal Carrier from the Raketenwerfers. Nice ambush. What is far more important, though, is that Elzako doesn't just float a ton of resources for no reason. And I'm thinking that that is what he is going to be doing. If I was him, I would be going for a Panzer IV right about now. In alternative, a Jagdpanzer 470 if I am thinking that the Allies might be getting out some vehicles in the near future. And in fact, Adamir Magnum is at tier 3. He could go for the Cromwells, but he's actually gone for the Anvil tactics. So he might be going for a Churchill? He's got enough fuel. He's soon gonna have enough manpower. Okay, I'm cautiously optimistic about a Churchill in this situation, but again, it would be very, very easily countered by Jagdpanzer 470s on the OKW side. So, yeah. Oh, commandos need to get out. Katyusha on the field. Okay. Okay, I see why. Nice. Got the veterancy off of those Raketenwerfers, or at least one of them. Now, Doru is still in trouble, despite the fact that he has just reached tier 4. He has no veteran infantry. He's gonna need to rely upon support weapons later in the game to do anything. This shifts a lot of responsibility on Adamir. Yeah, I think that the main thing that Adamir really is making in terms of mistakes is not researching weapon racks and getting his units upgraded. Would be, in my opinion, incredibly important for him to get some Brens on his infantry sections, Piats on his Royal Engineers, because, yeah, he's just not outputting nearly as much damage as he should be with these veteran infantry squads at a moment in which he desperately needs a little bit of extra oomph because the Germans are triple capping the Allies. Now, this might be reversed with this conscript capping in the south, but yeah, they're down to 140 points, and if they're not, you know, if they're not ready to take some drastic action, they're gonna lose, like, right now. Now, I saw the Churchill is on the way. Nice machine gun. The Churchill is coming. But will it be enough? Now, we've also got the air supremacy operation on the field, which is going to be pretty good in dealing with, like, emplaced areas or tanks that aren't, like, smart enough to move out of the way. So yeah, here comes the Churchill. I can't wait to see if the meme grenades are going to play a role. Nice. So yeah, these two Vickers are providing some great support. If honestly, the Germans really should be going for a support gun. Where are your support guns? To be completely honest, this is a big mistake because they've been getting completely flabbergasted by the Vickers machine gun. And also there's, you know, quite a few anti-tank guns that are gonna need to be eliminated if German tanks are gonna play an effective role later down the line. So yeah, I'm just really not liking this. This negligence. Now the Germans are still floating 300 fuel each. Yeah, as I said, El Zacco is definitely going for the Tiger. But what is Fucker Cox up to? Oh, he is purchasing a Panther. Disappointed. Oh, T-34-85? Okay, Doru has picked the Armored Assault. Oh, Armored Assault. Okay. He's got the radio interception. Honestly, he should have gotten that earlier. If he was going for this anyway, he might have as well as gotten that earlier. Anyway, this is going to allow him the IS-2 later down the line. There goes one of those Sturm Pioneers, and the Fallschirmjägers need to get the hell out of there. Oh, Falco X is relying way too heavily on Fallschirmjägers. His manpower pool later on is not gonna sustain this. Oh, here comes the Tiger. Oh, Doru knew about this betrayal. This is a failure of intelligence. Doru knew that the Tiger was coming. He should have told Ademir Magnum. Now his Churchill is in deep trouble. He went in to get the air supremacy operation called in, which might take out the Schwerpanzer headquarters. But this might come at the cost of the Churchill, because the Churchill was Panzerfausted. Is that going to take it out? Unfortunately, it isn't. The Churchill was Panzerfausted. It tried to use the infantry support smoke and... Wait, what? There's no smoke. Whatever. Oh, here comes some Raketenwerfer fire from a Vet 2 Raketenwerfer. This Churchill is, I'm pretty sure, dead. But what was this smoke? Oh, it was the Commandos with the light smoke grenade, completely saving the Churchill heavy tank. And in fact, a Tiger almost finds itself destroyed by the T-34-85 coming in from the flank. Nice man, this Katyusha has been zeroed in. Just laser precision on the Raketenwerfers all the time. Very well done by Doru, to be honest. He was not playing too well earlier. But this Katyusha usage has been spot on, because really, like, there are two things he could be trying to use the Katyusha for. Either trying to take out the blobs of infantry, or trying to take out the Raketenwerfers. I feel like trying to take out the Raketenwerfers is good, because it's going to give him a little bit more agency when it comes to his vehicles. And if later down the line he wants to have some IS-2 heavy tanks, he cannot have, like, vet-free Raketenwerfers coming out of hiding and, you know, popping half of the HP of the IS-2 heavy tank in one fell swoop. And so the tables have turned, and the Allies are now triple capping the Germans. This is due to, I think, a few reasons. Now, Fuka Cox going for only Fallschirmjägers is a dumb decision because, again, it is really, really difficult to keep them well... Oh, there he goes. To keep them well topped up at full reinforcement later in the game when it comes to manpower, because they're really, really expensive to reinforce. They're 36 manpower to reinforce a single model. So you gotta imagine that if you have 3 squads, you could potentially have up to 9 casualties that you need to reinforce at a time. And if you have 36 manpower times 9, it's 270, 54 plus 270, 324. So that is the price of an entire new Fallschirmjäger squad, potentially every couple of minutes, really, because you're going back, reinforcing, going at another engagement, and then coming back. And if it's a couple of minutes and your manpower income is 216, because remember, these guys also have a lot of, like, upkeep. Like, units and company of heroes have a different amount of upkeep on your resource income when it comes to manpower. For some reason, vehicles don't have an upkeep in terms of fuel. They only have the cost up front. But units, both vehicles and infantry, take essentially manpower income off. And elite units like Fallschirmjägers always have very, very high upkeep. Therefore, you can see that Fuckacox with 50 pop cap is at 216, while his friend with 76 pop cap, who also has some pretty nasty units like the Tiger and the Panzer Fusiliers, is at 186. So he's got 50% more units, essentially, because 50, 75. But his income is only lower by about 15%, something like that. So, yeah. The Fallschirmjägers are weighing down the manpower income of Fuckacox much more heavily. And they're not really providing him anything. So this was reason number 1, that the roles have been reversed quite heavily. Reason number 2 is that the Axis waited a long, long time to utilize their fuel income. They had worked so hard to get a massive fuel advantage early in the game by playing aggressively in the north side of the map, getting the cutoff capped a lot of times, in fact, almost sacrificing squads to do that. There goes the L2 Sturmovik. Sacrificing squads, you know, I don't think they've actually ever sacrificed a squad for the decap, but nearly. And in general, focusing quite hard up here. And now that they have gained this advantage, they really haven't done much with it, because the only, like, reason why you would be trying very aggressively to get a fuel advantage in the early game is if you want to preempt the enemy vehicles, if you want to have a timing advantage. You don't get, like, a long-term advantage by denying them 7 fuel income in the first 10 minutes of the game, because that's 70 fuel. When you're getting 32 fuel, you get that 70 fuel in 2 minutes. So it's not a lot of fuel, but that 70 fuel in the first 15 minutes of the game means that maybe you get to a Panzer IV while the enemies still have a T-70. So that's good, but because of the fact that they just waited so long to get their vehicles out, because of reasons that I cannot fathom, now the Allies have been able to come back into the game, and in fact, the 2 T-34-85s are coming in and destroying German, German fat cats, big cats over here, destroying the Panther, almost destroying the Tiger. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that this T-34-85 is derping very heavily, the Tiger would have been destroyed. And to be honest, if I was him, I would just sacrifice the T-34-85 to get the Tiger at this point. Okay, he's actually gonna get out. Never mind, then it's actually worth to get out. Oh, here comes an air supremacy operation. Is the air supremacy operation going to actually destroy the Tiger? Nobody goddamn knows. No, it's way too far away. But it is going to destroy the Schwerpanzer headquarters, which means that Fuckacox, with his 270 fuel and 600 manpower, now cannot get a tier 4 unit, which is obviously terrible. Because now the Allies have a massive amount of late-game units. We've got the Sherman Firefly, we've got the Churchill 7, infantry tank. We've got some T-34-85s. You could technically have the S2 heavy tank, but since I saw a second T-34-85, I'm thinking that Doru is going for T-34-85s. And to be honest, considering we are on Road to Kharkov, right? Yeah, Road to Kharkov. Ooga Booga, I forgot the name of the map. Since we're on Road to Kharkov, you know, medium tanks work quite well on this map. So, yeah, it's understandable that he's going for the T-34-85 hordes. Now, El Socko does have his Tiger out. He decided to go for a Stuka. Is this to counter the Katyusha? No, it's just to hit infantry. Okay, he's just... He has just killed a conscript? Yeah, incredibly lucky, to be honest. Nice usage of the reinforcement from the conscripts to keep the MG in shape so that they can't come in and just cap the point. But I'm not liking the Stuka very much, to be honest. Like, what is it going to accomplish? Maybe this to deal with the anti-tank guns? But then it would be a good idea to just save it until you see enemy tanks. Yeah, I'm not liking this so much, to be honest. Grenade. Oh, wow. Damn, that was a grenade and a half. The Tiger is pushing up with very low HP. Not sure why. Oh, here comes the Sherman Firefly. With the tank commander for the extra spotting. What? You've got to be kidding me. That was not enough damage? Well, that's a little... That sucks in it. That's quite rude, innit? And that was incredibly rude on this Tiger's part to not die. Oh, that's what he was doing. You cannot see it right now, but I am face palming so fucking hard. Oh, fucking course. Just fucking kill me. Of course it was this. I should have known. The fucking King Tiger. It's been too long since I've, like, casted and played a lot of Company of Heroes to realize just how dumb people are sometimes. Okay, he was going for the king. Right. So, to get this king... Why am I saying that this is dumb? Let me clarify. If you're rushing for the KT, you don't get a Panther in the way, right? And if you get a Panther, you might as well get two Panthers when you know that the enemies have, you know, Churchill heavy tanks and T-34-85s. You don't get a single... Yeah, the Stuka was a dumb decision. Oh, that's cute. I like what he... Yep, I like this. I like this, actually. So what just happened is the commandos... the commandos were equipped with Piats so that he could use the camouflage, hide, and get, well, in this case, the Stuka. Actually, for once, commandos were used for a commando operation. No, but like normally, I guess this the idea would be to use the damage bonus when you're doing the ambush, so where you're coming out of hiding, to deal a lot of damage to like rear armor of a vehicle. Like wait until the tank is past you and just start to Piat his rear armor and, you know, do a lot of damage there. Huh, this is quite creative. Actually, I've never seen the commandos getting upgraded with Piats like this. Well, I'm sure I've seen it actually somewhere, but you know what I mean. I was talking about Panthers. If you get a Panther and you want to get a King Tiger, don't lose the fucking Panther, because now you've got a single King Tiger, which is alone against hell, you know, Sherman Firefly, double T-34-85s that can come around and flank to the rear armor. Lots of veteran AT of various kinds. And what the fuck is this Jagdpanzer doing? What is this nigga doing? Why isn't it shooting at the Sherman Firefly? Why is it shooting at the Churchill? There goes. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now the Tiger's dead, and since this guy was not shooting at the Sherman Firefly isn't health. Well, okay, I guess he just phases through the Churchill tank. And he might actually win this fight against the Churchill because, yeah, okay, good job. Good usage of the smoke. Okay. Yeah, Churchill's gonna die. And all because OKW stealth technology, allowing him to phase through the goddamn fucking Churchill. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Oh well, looks like the Soviets are masters of the South, so that's good for the Allies. The Germans are gonna get the middle. No, that Vet 2 Vickers, almost Vet 3, is way too strong in terms of its suppression capabilities. The Germans have recapped North, but I'm really thinking that this game is going to go to like just exhausting the Germans 2 VPs to 1. Because, oh, yeah, Falco Cox has lost everything but his King Tiger. Despite the fact that the Churchill was destroyed, we still have the Sherman Firefly, which means that, you know, there isn't really much that German vehicles can do, and the Jagdpanzer is really only useful against the Sherman Firefly, so these two things counter each other. But the Sherman Firefly also counters potentially German tanks, and since the Allied infantry right now is in a better shape than the German infantry, as a whole, might I add, because Elzako is doing quite nice, but Adamir Magnum is also doing very, very nice, and Doru is doing okay, while Falco Cox is doing terrible. So overall, the Axis in a bit of a worse shape. Because of all of this, the Axis need their tanks to pull a heavier weight. Oh, and here comes the Piats. Oh, they got spotted. Damn. That's unfortunate. What? Okay. I guess when they... Oh, right. Commandos vet free. I forgot how retarded that is. Here comes a Stuka Barrage. Good Stuka Barrage taking out the vet-free, or near vet-free Vickers. But in the middle, we've actually got the T-70, which is going to completely decimate the Fallschirmjägers that are coming into cap. T-70 is going to die in this. There's no way this guy survives. T-34-85s might attempt a flank coming from this direction. Wait, the T-70 is alive? Okay, I guess nothing shot at it. What? And there we go. He just decided to suicide for reasons unknown to me. Wipe. 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 No, you could have capped, I think. You could have hidden behind the smoldering wreck of the T-70, which would have provided line of sight cover. Nice. Good. Good job. Damn. Okay, King Tiger acting smart. Destroying the wreck so that it can't be used as heavy cover. Okay, so we are tied. 111-280. Oh, okay. No, Sovietsky. Play Soviet March from Belarus 3. Play the Stalinium song. So yeah, IS-2 heavy tank. It is very, very rare that you can go wrong with the IS-2 heavy tank. I'm not quite sure that this particular situation is going right with the IS-2. Ooh, nice rockets. Is going right with the IS-2 because I'm not sure exactly what it is going to do. It's probably going to get like peppered at long range by the Jagdpanzer and the Raketenwerfers anyway. I guess it's gonna shoot at infantry a bunch, and hopefully it's gonna hit something. Damn, this Katyusha's got 42 kills. Holy shit. Yeah, this guy's doing nice. Nice, airborne assault, I guess, doing 1,000,000 damage a second to the S2 heavy tank. T-34s are flanking around. They took out the Raketenwerfer. They're forcing the King Tiger to come in without any support in a position where it can be easily flanked. This is a bad decision. But the T-34-85s are deciding not to flank it and just go toe-to-toe frontally, which is a terrible decision. The airborne assault gets another strafe in on the S2. God damn it. Like, how fucking dumb is that, to be honest? The airborne assault isn't even supposed to be, like, anti-vehicle, like, close air support, but whatever. Well, I guess they changed it to be that, but I don't know. Oh, nice usage of the repair vehicle crew. With the last bit of munitions he's got left to get his tanks back at full health. And he does need them to be at full health, actually, because he's got 93, or the Allies have got 93 VPs and the Axis have got 80. And of course, this means that the fight for the VPs is starting to become... Is this a bug that is only visual, or... Because this guy was shooting the, like, incendiary rounds or whatever. Wait, I guess, yeah, improved penetration. Yeah, he's shooting the AP rounds, which do more damage, but at least, oh, well, it was... The effect that was coming out of the machine gun was the AP rounds effect. But he's not Vet 2. Yeah, as you can see, it's got this, like, greenish laser effect. This means that it's got the AP rounds, but is it actually got the AP rounds, or is it only an effect bug because the previous crew had Vet 2? Or is it then applied to the Vickers gun itself? I wonder. Advanced, weird, Company of Heroes 2 bugs. Hell yeah. Anyway, the fight for the VPs becomes incredibly important at this point in the game, as I already said, because, you know, low VP counts. Now, the fact that Falca Cox is relying only on Fallschirmjägers is really not making things easy for him. Oh my god, the Commandos just completely wiping out this, the Stuka. Damn. Damn. This is good. Okay. Russian bias coming in. This T-34 is gonna die. That was a really, really big waste. You honest... Doru, you're... You're getting the worst out of both worlds. What do I mean by this? He's got two T-34-85s and a S2 heavy tank. So now, how do you use the S2 heavy tank? You hang back and you shoot with big gun, right? You don't go close because it's unmaneuverable. Therefore, it is easy to flank if you go close, and it is hard to run away, right? So you keep it at range, so it's easy to run away, and you have it shoot with Dushka heavy machine gun and big, strong 122mm gun. With T-34-85, you flank. You get behind enemy tank, you use rapid fire, heavy damage, 85mm, into the rear, tons of damage, boom, boom, dead. He is keeping both of these vehicle models in the same control group. It's obvious. He had all of them in a line. What you should be doing is you should be keeping the S2 back so that it's doing the long-range splash heavy damage, right? And then using the T-34-85s to flank around. So that hopefully the S2 is taking damage in a way where it can retreat easily, but it's taking damage because it's a heavy tank, And then here comes the T-34-85s, like, I don't know, from here or something, behind, right? What he was doing is he was keeping them all in a line, which basically negates the advantage, the mobility advantage of the T-34-85 compared to German tanks. Because, you know, we've got the Jagdpanzer, we've got the King Tiger. These two are really, really strong frontally, you know? They do a lot of damage and they've got good armor. The T-34 does a lot of damage, but it doesn't have good armor. Therefore, it's going to bounce a lot of shots. The enemies aren't going to bounce a lot of shots. But the T-34, in compensation, has a lot of mobility. Therefore, it can go around. By keeping the T-34s together with the IS-2, you are negating the fact that the T-34s have heavy mobility. But he was also kind of using the T-34s, right? So you're keeping the IS-2 at like low to medium range, which means that the IS-2 itself is going to be suboptimally used. I don't know, this was a long-winded rant to say keep these two vehicle types in different control groups and you're gonna do a lot better. Now, despite this, the advantages that the Allies have accrued in the past 20 minutes or so are way too big. The Axis just don't have enough units anymore. As you can see, they've got 40 pop cap each. Now 20 actually for Volker Cox because he's lost all of his Fallschirmjägers. And the Allies have 80 pop cap. So they've basically got double the army. And this means that they can basically fight with one set of units, push back the enemy, and then use the other set of units that's come up in the meanwhile to cap the points. And yeah, it appears to be working out quite well, and this appears to be the end of the game. Yes, comrade. We will destroy them! God damn it, I love the IS-2. We die like men! I love that voice line. That is so sad. They died like men. Sad face. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can... How many vehicle kills do these guys have? Hell yeah, 3 vehicle kills. Nice. Well done on those commandos. Really well done on those commandos. Yeah, I gotta say, the Commandos secretly, I say, MVP of the British. In terms of MVPs for Daru, I would definitely say this Katyusha rocket launcher. And yeah, this is the problem with the King Tiger. At some point, this is going to happen, right? And if he had had the Panther, this wouldn't be impossible. But he lost his Panther. Honestly, I should have used that as a thumbnail, but whatever. I'm gonna use the King Tiger as a thumbnail. And yeah, I'm thinking that this is about it. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I won't go any further into the game. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what happened, and I am fairly certain that, you know, my mid-game analysis and shit was correct, so I'm not gonna go ahead and say anything else, and just gonna send it off. So thank y'all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. See you soon, and have a good day.